guys, I have a new mock for you today, and it is very obviously a hot rod, and it's also not entirely a mock because it's also very obviously based off of the Ford Model A from the Speed Champions Ford Raptor set. I don't remember the set name, but you know what I'm talking about. And I always liked it, but it looked too chunky. It looked too much like a toy, which is fine because that's Lego. That's what they do. But it just, like, the wheels were too big. It didn't work. It was built for playability, not really displayability. And so that's what I made it for. I made it for displayability. So right off the bat, you notice the wheels are different. And the wheels are the same size also. I don't think that's bad because a lot of the custom hot rods from the 50s and 60s, because of course that is where the hot rod became popular and when that term hot rod was starting to be used. They were all different kinds of styles. Some of them had the same wheels, some of them, I mean, you know, the customization was just endless. So I just went ahead and put the same wheels on them because whoever owned this wasn't exactly, you know, he didn't have a ton of money, but he wanted to have a pretty cool car, so this is what he went with. Another thing that I changed isn't quite as noticeable, but it is the fact that the engine is actually ever so slightly lowered. So you see it's actually one plate below the roof line, which I think that might be normal in the set, but it's no longer removable. You see, it just kind of breaks apart. Because the other engine is fine, I just would rather have this one on there. It says Ford on it, and I'm a Ford guy all the way, so I wanted to go ahead and leave those on there. Now, around back, you'll notice that the shaping has changed a lot. So these used to be on the trunk, and these used to be the pillars. The reason I had to change that was because I wanted to get this fender piece in, because it really helped create the back look of the car. I know it gives it kind of a funkier shape, not necessarily one that I like. I could not have this here because it would have this ugly gap that was right here, because this had to go underneath this, if that makes any sense at all of what I just said. But basically, I couldn't do it. Reasons, if I could have, I would have. I would have had to modify pieces, and obviously I really don't want to do that. I also went ahead and added some exterior mirrors just to add in a little bit more depth and detail to it. Another thing, if you know the set really well, you'll notice that the exhaust pipes are gone, and that was because they were hitting this wheel. Now, I don't think it's super important for this car to have really big pipes. You'll kind of have to use your imagination that they come out back here. But that's normal. Not all of them have, you know, really big exhaust pipes coming out from the side. It does look cool, but really for this set they were too huge. And maybe I'll come up with another system, probably just using one of the bar elements. But again, I need to come up with a system to where it's not hitting the wheel. I think that this model really looks good in front of this service station. Not a service station, it's not necessarily a gas station, I guess. But it looks good in front of here in the garage. You know, somebody's working on it, they're tuning it up. So I really like it, and it looks really good next to some 50s and 60s vehicles that I've done. You see, here's the fuel truck. I recently changed it up a little bit to make it look like a shell truck, because those were common in that time period. I really like how that looks now. So you see, that was another classic car that I did. Then there was the Mustang from the Speed Champions line. I had to change a bunch in order to get those little wheels to fit in, but it looks better for sure with the smaller wheels, I think. It just gives it a much more realistic look. So that is really the end of the video. Let me know if you liked this mock or if you didn't like it, and it wasn't even a mock, so don't call it a mock because it's not. Anyway, that's the end. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.